Welcome back. She's a motivational speaker, a life coach, and a social entrepreneur. Her name is Jillian Faith, and she joins us on the show today. Welcome to Midday.
Thank you kindly.
Yes, you have quite a story behind the reason why you do what you do. You're inspired because you've had your own life experiences that have been fairly powerful.
True.
And now you want to share your message with other people. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you so much. People have come to be inspired by my story. Story starts way back. I was the little girl that was getting taken out of the classroom because I was disturbing to others. I was the one that the teachers said, "You talk too much," and other people turned that around and said, "You're an effective communicator." So it's either a negative or it's a positive. I was the one that rode on the yellow school bus, the short little bus, because I had a learning disability. So along the way, there were all these different challenges as a child and as a youth that was kicked out of high school, many barriers, lost my dad to cancer, fought a lot through trying to get to university when people said you'll never graduate, many different barriers, a divorce, single parenthood. Again, when people say, "Wow, how did you lose 100 pounds?" they focus on this big story of weight and they don't know the story. So when people came to be inspired by Jillian Faith, I could never really get them to hear the catalyst. I could never get people to hear the background story of who that little girl was with a learning disability, who the little girl was that had to fight with a teacher to pass and to get to university and all of these other barriers. So I thought, how do I go from there to here to understand that it wasn't about the losing the weight, it was why I gained the weight in the first place.
Getting to the root of it.
Exactly, getting to the root. So it's been a long journey, and I want to more so share my story and inspire people so that they're not just inspired by me, but they can go on to inspire others with their own story.
And you have a whole bunch of different projects that you're working on right now.
Yes.
Can you talk about those?
Well, it's always something because I'm not going to say that ADHD keeps me slow. It certainly speeds me up, and I'm always thinking of something to do. So if it's not one thing, it's another. Currently, I have the Streetlight Christmas gala, and that came to me while I was vacuuming because I've been that single mom. I've been, even while I was married in my first marriage, working multiple jobs and being in low-income housing, relying on subsidies, and still not making ends meet and trying to figure out, how could I go to a Christmas party? How could I enjoy the same things that everybody else does and not be able to go and get my hair done and my nails done and buy a new dress and go and enjoy things? So I have come up with, together, New Life Mission, an evening where women can come, they can bring their kids to childcare, and they can be taken care of for an evening. So that's one of the projects. November 29th, I'm doing a one-day intensive workshop called Transform and Inspire. All these are on my website, or they are on Facebook. You can always connect with me. I know you'll have those connections available. So there's multiple other projects that I'm always involved in, but the idea is that people are going to be inspired and use their own strengths and what they currently have. It's not a start fresh, it's work with what you have. And the Streetlight Christmas Gala is about just cause. It's not an outreach. This is not taking people and saying, you're a client and we need to do outreach. It's saying, you are a woman and we will empower you where you are, recognizing that you are beautiful just like you and I. It's not about socioeconomic status. This is, you are a woman, we came into the world the same, we leave the world the same, and you are beautiful.
Who are you trying to reach out to?
So initially, we were thinking that it would be for those that are just in the downtown core and those that maybe are accessing downtown street services, the marginalized population. But there's a big gap. There's a lot that are still involved with the ministry, those who are involved with income assistance, those that are the working poor. And that's who I was just describing myself as. So you may be married, you may be in a partnership, and you're both working 2 to 3 jobs, and you still can't pay your rent. You're living in hotels, you're the hard to house. You can't attend those Christmas parties. And I had one mom that contacted me and said, my son is in recovery from leukemia. He's been fighting leukemia for the last 3 years. We live with my mom. We are in low-income housing. Is there any possible way that we can attend? Well, of course you can attend. because you wouldn't otherwise attend a Christmas party. Most Christmas party tickets these days are $60 and above. To get your hair done, it's going to be $60 and above. To get your nails done, it's going to be $60 and above. So by the time a woman is looking at going to a Christmas party of any kind, it can work up to $300 for the event. So what we want to offer is a night out. We want to be able to give a woman an experience. So during the day, she can come and get her nails done, come and get her hair done, pick out clothing that's been donated by the community. We're not saying that tomorrow the circumstances are going to be gone. What we're saying is that for this one evening, we want to bless you. We just want to help you recognize that you are worth it, and that when you esteem somebody to that level, they rise to that level. If all we do, respectfully speaking, is hand out condoms and say, here are outreach services, oftentimes in my 20 years of experience working frontline with women and with kids at risk on the street, that's all we behave. That's how we behave. That's what we do. So if we can esteem people to say, you are worth it. We recognize that you are worth the effort for us to care and lavish you with this much love, then that is how we start to believe we are. So that's what we want to do for these women.
Fantastic. We're already out of time, unfortunately, Jillian. It's
No
lovely
problem.
to talk to you. You have a lot to say. I can see that. You've got a lot of good ideas going on. For people who would like to learn a little bit more about Jillian, the information is on the screen. You can contact her by Facebook, her website as well, her email address if you'd like to get involved in Streetlight Christmas Gala. That's one thing, but there's many other things as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. We're going to be talking more about Christmas-related things. Operation Red Nose getting underway very quickly in this city. We'll have that coming up in 2 minutes. Stay with us.